morning, everyone. Today's headlines are: At last minute, Gopal Gandhi also says no to being open first bid. Service chief to brief PM on Agnipath progress today. State level B.Ed entrance exam postponed. At 105 years, Super Grandma sprints to new 100-meter record. Man who testified in son's murder case killed. BJP MLA calls violent posters jihadis, blames RJD and all JDU. 11 stuck murder in Himachal cable car rescued. Murder of Musewala, 2 shooters and among 3 arrested. Attack on Kabul Gurudwara Act against humanity PM. Big setback for MVA as BJP wins 5 seats. Deshmukh Malik plea to vote in MLC poll rejected. Herald case ED summons Rahul for 5th day today. Father's Day greetings get folks accused out on bail. Labrador demands rise after movie release. Experts call trend unhealthy. City schools reopen after summer break. Offline classes from today. B.Ed entrance exam postponed. State registers 35 new COVID cases. Justice Amunullah subscribes oath as Patna SC judge. Districts get ready to tackle health issue in floods. Railway resumes operation of 2 Delhi-bound trains. Adopt yoga in Delhi course to get max benefits. Experts. GSI to hold workshop on geoscientific findings. Danapur station raids on coaching center in cities. Buxar boy drones as many people visit UP border to access internet. Bharat Bandh passes off peacefully. Mixed response to Agnipath scheme from ex-serviceman. MLA says it's more than a job. RJD comes in support of JDU and blames BJP for Agnipath violence. Services and registered teachers view delay in salary and pension. RCP forced to vacate Patna bungalow. Game-based quizzes can aid UPSC preparation. Foreign languages courses in great demand among youth. Ministers call for great role of women in economic growth. BJP brass to brainstorm on pre-nominees today. UP cops bring out bulldozers during flag march in Aligarh. Congress seeks withdrawal of Agnipath. Modi, reformers not pleased now will help in long run. Gujarat avoids FIRs, councils protesters. Trains cancel, little impact of Bandh of otherwise. Varanasi to make vandals pay for loss 425 held so far. India ready to face cyber security threat, says Shah. Poll plan released. 111 parties found none existent. Engineer linked ICMB K-series missile details. She has begun wearing running shoe now. SC rejected petition of Ma MLAs. CM Pawar told to Deshmukh's misdeeds, PBS said to CBI. 9 from families of 2 brothers found dead. Congress left Wantu Sinha to resign from TMC post to enter fray. Cable car gets stuck, mother in HP, all rescued. The rupees 34,500 crore argument. Why North is rain-starved and Northeast is flooded? 10 yogic steps to become ruler of the self. Flaming questions, person over party, change of plans. Integral part of T20 lineup. Verstappen holds off Sainz to win in Canada. Wrestler who slapped Rafael's dope test. India looks for a solution as FIFA AFC delegation arrives. WTC points series on the line. David. India's squad for Ireland may play in England T20s too. Have officer will wait till July. Stomach. Manpreet to lead India at CWG. Deepika and Jyoti are back. Fitzpatrick's magical moment seals win. Bihar win 8-0 at Orissa played 1-1 draw. Daruwala set to test drive with MC Lan. DA 238 causing just mild illness study. Not mentally sounds 15-year-old rape accused granted bail. ED calls Rahul for questioning again today, Sonia Sumant on Thursday. ED reboots, Congress claimed that no offense is made out against Gandhi's in Haran case. 3 late terrorists killed in Kashmir, 7 dead in 24 hours. Chinese staff can access TikTok's US data report. Thank you, sir.
Always check to brief PM and progress today. This one and this one.
Good morning, everyone. So this is to we have PM on
Brief.
PM on Agnipath policies today. New Delhi, the third 3 million ton
Military chief.
the military chiefs are state to
Separately meet
the Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday to behave him about the
implementation.
Implementation
Implementation means lagu karna.
implementations of the new Agnipath scheme, which is being first ticket, which a army on Monday issue the requirement notifications for it.
Mic को इधर रखो ना.
Amid
Continuing.
Amid continuous protest in different parts of the country. the government has an allowance
Announced.
allowance is
Slew.
slew of courses for the 75%
Agniveers.
agreements who would be demobilized from its base after 4 years
Tenure.
tenure, including 10%
Reservation.
reservations in central
Armed.
armed police force is
Assam Rifles.
Assam is first grant and 60 different
PSUs.
PSU after the scheme was announced on July 40 under Agnipat 46,000
Agniveers.
Agniveers for 40,000 for army and 3,000 each for IAF and
Navy.
Navy will be required this year with only 25% of them being
Eventually.
eventually selected for
Induction.
inductions into the regular military card to survey for a future 50 years. The army notifications on Tuesday said the online regulations
कहाँ पे?
regulations under the new
Registrations.
registrations under the new
Recruitment.
requirement scheme will commence
From
July event as generally
General Manoj
General
Pandey.
Manoj Pandey retired that youngest
Youngsters.
should not be misled by wrong information. There will be no load back of the Agnipat scheme. There will be the
Positive.
positive change and the scheme
Changes.
the scheme will be
Tweeted.
today generally
General Pandey.
General Pandey told
Journalists.
journalists the
youth.
should understand that the Agnipat scheme is beneficial for them, the army and the country. This is
Win situation.
Win-win. Win-win both for the army and the national. He had the Agniveers will be indicate in two batches.
In two batches.
Thought
Through 83 recruitment.
83 requirement rallies for August on in November in different part of the country. The tending of allowed 25,000 will be in the December and 15,000 in February.
थोड़ा मजबूरी से पढ़ो तुम बहुत अटक रहे हो Father's Day greeting. Get POSCO accused out of bail.
Father's Day greeting. Get POSCO accused out on bail. Mumbai taking note of two Father's Day greeting cards for a boy that
The Bombay
High Court released on bail a
26-year-old.
26-year-old man who was been in
Who has been
in
oh, four.
cus-
Who has been
who has been
Hmm.
custody
Custody.
since
Custody
since
means he was in jail. Custody.
custody.
He was in the
Yes.
custody of police.
Police. He was the custody of police. September 2020 for sexually harassment. The minor is for former live in
Partner.
partner 11-year and
Old.
an old son. One of the greeting card read to my
Dearest father.
dearest father without with love and happiness. This card is for my father, not
This card is for my dad.
this this card for is my dad, not the one who created me, but on who's in there of me every day. Happy Father's Day to my real dad. In this June 10 order, just
Okay.
thank you.
तुम थोड़ा बहुत अलग रहो। City school. We will start from here, then here, then here, then here.
City schools reopen after summer break. Offline classes from today. The hustle and bustle returned to the school campuses after the summer break. While a few schools opened on Monday, many postponed resuming classes by a day due to the Bharat Bandh call given by several organizations against the center's Agnipath scheme. St. Michael's High School, Notre Dame Academy, St. Joseph Convent, Don Bosco Academy, St. Joseph St. Joseph Convent, Don Bosco Academy, Carmel High School, and others are set to open on Tuesday, with lots of arrangements for their students after the vacation. Most of the schools have kept their timings as per the recent order of the district administration in light of scorching heat conditions. Mary Alfonsa, principal of Don Bosco Academy, said the students should now get serious with their studies in the offline classes. We are going to strictly follow the COVID-19 protocol issued by the district administration. Sanjay Joseph, principal of Bishop Scott Girls Schools, said after COVID-19 pandemic, this will be the first time when full-fledged classes will start with all students in attendance. Thus, we are fully ready to welcome this session with all COVID protocols. He said now it's the time for students to get focused on studies instead of cell phones as they have already suffered instead instead of cell phones as they have already suffered a lot in the past 2 years due to the pandemic and online classes. Students are also excited to come to the school and meet their friends. Vidisha Sri, a class 12 student at St. Michael's High School, said, I got bored by staying at home. I am very excited now to meet my friends. We have been told that all COVID protocols will be followed strictly, so we are not afraid of coming to school. Sivan Sharma, a class 1 student at Don Bosco Academy, said, sitting at home whole day was annoying as I could not meet my friends and play with them. I am happy that finally I will be able to go to a school and meet my teachers and friends. Vagisha Krishna from Carmel High School said, I am eagerly waiting to go to school as once again we can participate in the extra curricular activities. We can have lunch with our friends. We will able to attend offline classes, which will be more beneficial for us. Parents too are excited to send their wards back to school. I am happy that my son will be going to school daily as his studies has suffered a lot due to online classes in the last 2 years. But At the same time, I am also worried seeing the surge in COVID-19 cases because you never know when it can get alarming, said Prem Prakash, whose son studies in Standard 2 at Don Bosco Academy.
BA
238 causing just
2.38 causing just mild illness study. Okay. Loud, clear, slowly, so that I can understand, we can understand. Okay, relax.
Morning everyone. I am Anush Kumar and today headline is BA 2.38 causing just mild illness study. Behind a spike but indicates endemicity. Pune. Omicron subvariant BA2 of string BA 2.38 may be causing a spike in Maharashtra and other parts of India, but the illness it is causing is self-limiting and almost comparable with a common cold illness, indicating SARS-CoV-2 journey towards endemicity. Reveals a first of its kind clinical study of 116 patients found infected with BA 2.38 in India. Doctors attached to Pune-based BJ Medical College and Sason General Hospital, a state-run territory hospital, a state-run care referral unit carried out the study and assessed the symptoms and illness patterns of BA 2.38 infected patients this month. The fact that the share of infection caused by BA 2.38 is rising is known. But what it actually means in terms of its disease causing potential has been assessed for the first time in India. The study found it is only causing mild disease, said a senior scientist from Indian SARS-CoV-2 Genomic Consortium. The forum set up to study and monitor genome sequencing and variation of circulating strains of COVID in the country. Dr. Rajesh Karekarte, lead investigator of the study, said those infected with it BA 2.38 predominantly had fever, cough, body ache, sore throat, and headache, mainly upper respiratory tract symptoms, mimicking common cold like illness. Some had diarrhea. A total of 73% infected patients of BA 2.38 had fever followed by cough 23%, body ache 17%, sore throat 15%, headache 13%, and cold 11%. A few patients of BA 2.38 also experienced gastrointestinal symptoms like diarrhea 10%, which was also seen among 25% of the Omicron infected patients during the third wave of the pandemic, along with vomiting 2% and stomachache 1%, Dr. Karekarte said. Infectious disease specialist Dr. Bharat Purandre said this study underscored the same finding as observed in earlier study of Omicron-linked disease patterns. BA 2.38 is causing mild illness, fever, and upper respiratory systems are predominant. The self-limited nature of illness in most cases is indicative of the endemicity of SARS-CoV-2. Dr. Sanjay Pujari, a member of ICMR's National COVID Task Force, said the, the interpretation is limited by a small sample size and no comparison with other circulating major variants, making it difficult to conclude whether BA 2.38 behaves directly as compared to other circulating variants. Thanks.
Good morning, class. Today's headlines and its explanation are IMF team in Sri Lanka for bailout talks as fuel.
IMF is International Monetary Fund. अब ऐसे पढ़ो International Monetary Fund team.
International Monetary Fund team in Sri Lanka for bailout talks as fuel runs out. Colombo. An International Monetary Fund IMF team begins bailout talks in Sri Lanka on Monday with police called to escort top government official to the negotiation effort after protesters angry about the economic crisis blockaded the finance ministry. Sri Lanka is battling its post financial problem and a lack of foreign exchange has stalled imports of essentials including fuels, food and medicine. Sri Lanka suspend payment on $12 billion of foreign debt in April and show up IMF support to put its public finances. A nine-member IMF team, which arrived in the commercial capital Colombo on Monday, held talks with PM Ranil Wickremesinghe. He on how to structure what will be Sri Lanka's 17th loan program with the agency, but public distress as the prolonged shortage is growing and protester block and entrance the financial minister so police had to go and fetch a top official due to attend the IMF talks. Energy Minister Kanchan which Sekara said to country had only 12,300 tons of petrol and 40,000 tons of diesel, asking people not to queue for petrol. People
Hmm.
not to queue for petrol for the next 3 days. The central bank has released $90 million to purchase two shipments. We are going hoping petrol shipment will arrive on Thursday and diesel on and Friday, he said. Thank you.
Good morning, class. Crypto industry hit by anxiety of checkout. The cryptocurrency industry was on its on Monday morning as is is on Monday morning as investor feared contain contagion contagion from problem at major crypto players could unless a major checkout if not contained. Bitcoin, which has lost 57% so far this year and 37% this month, fell below $20,000 over the weekend for the first time since December 2020. The level is symbolic significance as it was roughly the peak of the 2017 cycles. The price fall follows. Difficulties at several major industry players will further decline could have a knock-on effect as other crypto investors are forced to sell their holding to meet margin sales and cover losses. Crypto hedged fund 3 Arrow Capital is exploring its option, including the sales of assets and a bailout by another friend. Its founder told the Wall Street Journal in a story published Friday. The same day, Asia-focused crypto leader World Finance said it would suspend withdrawals. US-based leader Celsius Network earlier this month said it would suspend withdrawal, and many of the industry recent problem can be traced back to the spectral collapse of so-called established Terra USD in May. Bitcoin was trading either side of $20,000 of Monday. Will number 2 token either was at $1,075, having dipped below its own symbolic level of $1,000 over the weekend. If the market goes higher, everyone breathes a sign of relief. Thing will get refinanced. People will release equality, and all of the risk will dissipate. But if
Dissipate.
dissipate,
DISSI.
PATE,
Dissipate.
dissipate. But if we move much lower from here, I think it could be total shit storm, said
Adam.
Adam Farthing, chief risk officer for Japan at crypto liquidity provider B2C2.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very slowly. And this topic that
Fleming questions.
maybe-
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sneha. Today's headlines are Fleming questions. Why is it so easy to burn trains? Because effective RPF local police coordination is missing. Over 500 trains were cancelled yesterday. Over 500 trains were cancelled yesterday following protests against Agnipath. The cancellation follows instance of erosion and willful destruction of railway property last week. Yet again, Indian Railway IR has been made collateral damage. In the pre-pandemic period, IR carried about 22 million passengers a day, a measure of the scale of its importance. Cancellations, not a day measure of the scale of its importance. Cancellation not only directly innovate millions but undermine the economy only direct as railways tracks transport 3.3 million tons of freight daily, mainly coal. These senseless destructions has related disruption should not be shrugged off. IR is the lightning rod of protest primarily because of its importance. Disrupting railway services attracts wide attention. While IR is unconnected to the cause of violence, can it do better in protecting its assets? IR security is overseen by its own force. Railway Protection Force RPF and backed by central legislation. As train crisscross states, state governments also come into the picture. Government Railway Police GRP funded equally by IR and states, but under the administrative control of the local government and local police assistance, safeguarding railway assets and passengers. RPF doesn't lack attention. It's not only empowered to arrest without a magistrate's order. In 2019, hand-picked persons were given command tranquil, unsatisfactory. It's because of gaps in coordination with the state police. This was examined in detail in a 2011 CAG performance audit of IR security. GRP and state police forces handle security of trains, tracks, and railway premises, while RPF protects properties and consignments. The performance of local policing is influenced by a state government's political signaling. Consequently, the leeway agitations get has a direct impact on IR's assets. In this unfavorable environment, CAG's report observed that a unified overseeing arrangement between RPF and state police is missing. In short, there are coordination problems that IR has not addressed. Given last week's destruction, its clear coordination gaps remain unplugged. Their costs will be borne by people who rely on IR. Between FY 2016 and FY 2020, losses on passengers service rose from rupees 36,286 crore to 63,364 crore. Given GOI's physical challenges and limited rail budgets, willy-nilly people dependent on train travel will suffer. RPF headed by a police officer on deputation needs to strengthen its coordination protocols with local police. Trains can't be such easy targets for arsonists. Thank you. So completed.
Okay. Okay. Next person. Okay, no, from here. From here, anyone? Come. Now some rain and flood Northeast.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Akansha. Today's news are: why North is rain served and Northeast is flooded. Climate change means monsoon is now rain for long period and heavy rain for short periods. After a season-long heat wave from March to May, the north, northwest, and central India are undergoing a rainfall deficit, while Northeast India and Bangladesh deficit. While Northeast India and Bangladesh are hit with devastating floods. Meghalaya and Mansi the world's wettest place, recorded more than 1,000 mm of rain on June 17. The highest June rainfall the India Meteorological Department has ever recorded for this station. Unofficial record shows more than 6 dead and millions stranded due to the ongoing rain floods. Anatomy of the ongoing floods. While the monsoon winds have been sluggish over the Arabian Sea, the winds over the Bay of Bengal have been expectationally strong for a week now. These strong winds carry a lot of moisture, dumping them as rains over Bangladesh and Northeast India. The strong Bay of Bengal monsoon is a characteristic response to the climate condition in the India and Pacific Oceans. Currently, we have La Nina Pacific Ocean. Ocean. Currently, we have La Nina condition ocean dipole in the Indian Ocean. La Nina condition occur with cooler than usual ocean temperature in the Central Pacific, and a negative IOD happens when the Indian Ocean is cool in the west and warm in the east. Such a condition strengthens the winds that blow from southwest. Strengthen the winds that blow from the southwest to the northeast in the Bay of Bengal. The response to rising temperature in the overall increasing in moisture level in the atmosphere. This is because warmer air hold more moisture, and that too for a long time. As a result, the strong monsoon winds in the Bay of Bengal now carry a lot more moisture than ever and result in heavy rains. Monsoon pattern have seen a climate shift over South Asia since the 1950s. The most significant change is that instead of having moderate rains spread out through the monsoon season, we have long dry periods interspread with short spells of heavy rains. Since the moisture holding capacity of the air have increased with global warming. Hence, thank you.
We already see an intensification.
This topic is
We
already see an intensifications of heat waves, cyclones, and extreme rains in response to the 1 degree Celsius change, which is projected to increase further in the near future. The east coast of India and Bangladesh are particularly
vulnerable.
vulnerable since the sea levels rise in the North Bay of Bengal region is faster than in other regions due to a gradually sinking land. Also, storms, surges, and hurts, waves from cyclones are particularly large in the Bay of Bengal as compared to the Arabian Sea. Waves due to cyclones can be as high as 10 meters, even with a moderately surf cyclones.
Severe. SEVERE.
Cyclones like yes, might the waves due to an extremely
Severe cyclone.
severe cyclones.
Shockwave.
Top in the Arabian Sea were about 5 meters high. The combined effect of sea level rise and storm surge due to cyclones and strong monsoons. Winds leads to salt water intrusion that affects agriculture and cholera epidemics in the east coast of India and Bangladesh. Even as a climate scientist, it is difficult for me to imagine the
Imagine.
imagine,
Imagine.
the amplifying change in weather that would arise in response to a 2 degrees Celsius rise in the near future. The recent climate change report from the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change points out that we will inevitably experience at 1.5 degrees Celsius rise in global mean temperatures between 2020 and 40 and 2 degrees Celsius rise between 2040 to 60. This is not the far future of our grandchildren. We are living through this decade right now. We need to urgently disaster proof every district and village of South Asia and make it climate resilient.
Resilient.
Resilient. We need to prepare our house and farms for both droughts and floods. We need policy that help redesign our cities and prepare our rural area for intensifying cyclones, floods and heat waves.
Floods.
Floods and heat waves.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Over to the next class.